Welcome to the Rip 28 podcast. This is the Rip 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the Rip 28 podcast. I am your humble host, Sly the Sports Guy, joined by a few of my good friends. And as always, we start off with the president. What's going on, El Presidente?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Been a minute. Been about maybe 1-2 weeks since I last got on with you guys. And just to be correct, a few is three. So you got a couple of your friends actually. Just a couple.
Well, whatever, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. Well, check this out. What's going on, Charleston Brown? That's Charleston Brown.
Charleston Brown, baby, here to tell nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Man, I'm telling you, hopefully you keep it real and keep it funky just like Charleston.
That's all I know, man. That's all I know, man. You know it's your boy Beezy the Great. You know it's your boy Beezy the GOAT, a.k.a. Charleston Brown, a.k.a. your favorite coach. Let's get this thing started and keep the truth, man.
Man, Charleston White, that's like a local, he a fan favorite of this podcast, man. We was talking about Charleston a little bit earlier. For the people who don't really know, Charleston is an internet guy who it's his alter ego, and he says some things that's rough now. Charleston rough. But if you stick around and you listen long enough to what Charleston's saying, he always bring it back around, man. He bring it back around. He started off, man, them first 2-3 minutes, you be like, man, this the biggest coon in the world. But then when he bring it back around, you be like, man, preach, brother, preach. Charleston White, man. Shout out to Charleston White. But, man, we doing enough talking about Charleston White, man. We need to talk about our show, man, where you can find us for everybody out there, man. With the Rip 28 podcast, man, we're on Twitter, Facebook. What's that? Apple iTunes or Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube, Spotify,
Podbean, Anchor,
all of that,
Google
man.
Podcasts, Instagram, man. There's no reason not to follow us. Just put it like that, Sly. If you can listen to a podcast there, guess what? You can find the Rip 28 podcast there as well. So go ahead and listen to your favorite show.
We everywhere, man. We everywhere.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere you trying to check out a podcast, that's where we at, man.
That's where we at.
Everywhere you want to check out a podcast, we are there. We are there. So check this out, man. A lot going on. What we want to do, man, we're going to jump into this thing real quick, man. I got something on my face, man. Look, knock that out. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
We won't say what it is, but, we'll keep it funky.
We appreciate
it. Was it dried up?
That's sticky.
We appreciate it.
You remember what I told you earlier? I called you on the phone and told you?
Oh Lord, they must be talking shit about me behind my back, man.
No, I'm about to put you on game.
Shout out to Gerard Aiken. Gerard Aiken in the comments, man. We see you out there, brother. Man, good to have you with us, man. Good to have you with us.
Young Aiken, what up, brother?
Man, we might need you to help us out for a second, man. If I can figure out how to bring this thing back up, man. I can't figure out how to bring everything up. Oh, but I can't bring it up. We had a listener letter, man. We got a lot of people watch the show, listen to the show. But this time we had somebody call in. Somebody wanted to call in and wanted to get some help from us. And what we do, man, what we do on the Rip 28 podcast, man, shit, we help folk out, man. Oh, I see what Brian said. Brian put what he was talking about in the comments. You nasty boy. We're gonna talk about that subject one day on another show. Another show. Another show. We're gonna talk about that one. But check this out, man. Let's jump into this listener letter, man. Here we go. Hi, fellas. I love the show. I love the advice that you give. I love the fact that you guys are honest and upfront and give your true opinions. Well, I have a question for you. I hope that you can help me out. I've been dating this guy for a little over a year now. Things are going great, and we can both see a future together. We have even discussed being together, but here's the dilemma. His lease is about to end on his apartment, and I have been throwing hints to him about moving in. He's spoken like he might want to do it, but he hasn't said he will do it. I have a really nice 5-bedroom house. It is just me, my 8-year-old daughter, and 19-year-old college son. He lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with his 10-year-old son part time. So if he moves in, he will have plenty of room. My question is, should I ask him? My question is, should I come out and just ask him, or should I wait for him to make the move and ask me? Fellas, fellas, what's
Mm.
going on with this right here, man? What should this young lady do?
That's an interesting one there. If he ain't said nothing yet, I guess he ain't got no plans on doing it. So it's like, you know, I wonder how old they are because you know, he may be used to his own space. He don't want to come live with nobody. He may be you know, independent dude, a proud guy. He didn't want to move in with his girl. You know, she got a 5-bedroom. Like, who get a 5-bedroom house and she only got 2 kids? I don't know. That's different. But I don't think she should ask because that's gonna put that pressure on him and their relationship.
I would say if he was serious about her and it's a serious relationship, I would look at the idea of maybe getting something new as opposed to moving in with her, because that may be, for lack of a better term, a hit to his pride, because it feels like he couldn't get it done on his own. He needed, you know what I'm saying? To me,
Yeah.
I would prefer her suggest that as opposed to me and my son moving in with her and her kids.
And she shouldn't feel bad about that because it's a whole bunch of bum dudes that's gonna come live with her and not want to pay no bills, mooch up off of her. So the fact that he ain't trying to do that is probably a good sign. You know what I mean?
It's a whole bunch
Yeah.
of what they call them, hobosexuals out there.
A lot of
A lot of them hobosexuals. Now this is tricky. This is tricky, man. We giving this lady, you know, you getting advice from the male point of view. Now I don't know how women think, but we're gonna tell you what we think, and it's a tricky situation, and the reason for it, it's a couple of things that go together before y'all talk about moving in. Before y'all move in, there's a couple of things y'all got to talk about. The main thing is finances. I understand being in love. I understand caring and wanting and loving the person you're with, but have y'all had a real talk about finances? How about how you gonna split up these bills? Who gonna pay? Who gonna pay? If y'all gonna have a situation where he pay all the bills and you don't pay nothing, or do y'all pay the bills 50-50? Or since he moving into your place, you building up equity in the house, and anything go wrong, he don't get nothing when he get out. So does he have to pay the bills? I mean, it's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts to it. And then you say y'all pretty serious, so you got to figure out how serious are you? Are y'all serious in the terms of maybe getting married? You know, do y'all think y'all gonna get married? And if y'all to the point where y'all might get married, you know, what do we? Because see, here go the thing. Obviously, if you're staying in this 5-bedroom house by yourself, being the only person, you can afford it, and you've been affording it for however long you've been there. You know, you've been taking care of the bills, and you've been doing everything yourself. He's staying in his 2-bedroom apartment, I guess, you know, with him and his kid, and he can afford that. He can afford it. So when y'all both come together, if y'all come together the way y'all supposed to and come together financially, now y'all will have a surplus. Y'all should have a surplus. But the thing is, y'all have to sit down and figure out what y'all gonna do with this surplus. How will y'all have this surplus? Are y'all gonna treat it like a roommate situation where both y'all just pay 50-50 on everything? You know, y'all probably got separate car insurance. Well, y'all definitely got separate car insurance now. Y'all ain't married, so each one of y'all gonna have to pay your own car insurance. You know, you don't have to pay your own car pay. It's a lot of little bills, man. And I'm harping on money because that's the major issue. Ain't got shit to do with love. It's money.
What's love got to do with it?
What love got to do with it, man? Marriage is a business. A lot of people say marriage ain't no business, man. Marriage is based on love, but that's incorrect. Marriage is a business. Because if you think marriage is based on love, go to divorce court. Don't nobody say, I want him to love me 2 times a month. I want him to give me a hug once a week. That motherfucker say, I want my money every month. You know what I'm saying? I want that spousal support every month, man. Man, marriage
That's the
is.
first thing they tell you when you go to marriage counseling. The number one reason for divorce is finances. So I'm with you on that slide. You gotta be able to agree financially, man, because when it comes to bills, I can't account for somebody else's money. I can't count her pocket. She can't count my pocket. So the best thing to do is be upfront. If you can't handle that, let her know. Like, hey, look, now we moving into this house. I got enough to take care of X, Y, and Z. And I think they both need to be honest. We got a comment from one of our listeners, Mr. Aiken. I think he's trying to wait for her to ask, but he should have himself together on that end. That's a sensitive spot when he don't ante up when those bills need to be paid. I promise that relationship was sour quickly. Got to have those finances together, at least from his end.
Y'all make you make good point, Gerard, because his 2-bedroom apartment might not even be half of that 5-bedroom apartment. Y'all know how that mortgage done went up now. Like,
Oh yeah, seller's
buy a house,
market.
to buy a house, man, whatever you paid, like say you bought a house for 200,000, that's about 450 now. you know, that's what 2,500 a month or something like that. And he might have been paying 900, 800. So even half of that might be stretching him. Some ways that he ain't really ready to be stretched.
Shit, I won't find out where he paying 900, 800 for a 2-bedroom apartment. I need to move there. Shit.
But the
I'm just saying.
crazy thing is you better be upfront about it, because you don't want to get in a situation like hey Tasha Jones, like Gerard Aiken said, you get in there, man, and you can't ante up when them bills due, and then she gonna look at you and say, if I slip, you better have my back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot. So I think you just need to be honest up front and say, look, this is what I can afford. Plus I have to take care of my son. So if that's something that you can work with, then we can go on, or however y'all work it out. But
It's
it can
hard,
be
man.
tough with finances,
And
man.
see, here goes something else now. This we don't have a lot of information. We're missing out a lot in this letter. And the main thing we're missing out
The
is
numbers on them checks.
the numbers on them checks. The numbers on them checks. Because you gotta look at this dude. This dude got a 10-year-old son. You don't know if the dude and she said on the letter, she said part-time. So I'm guessing he got joint custody or something, maybe with
Or
his
just frequent visitation.
a frequent visitation. So
Mhm.
you don't know if the dude is divorced. You don't know
Right.
if he's
Separated.
separated. I mean, well, if they done been together a year, I'm hoping that he would be
Well,
at
don't
least.
be hoping, because you know how it go.
Well, yeah. Well,
And
let's.
if the baby mama gonna let the kid come over to her house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You could have the crazy baby mama situation. Crazy, you don't know if the baby mama want to, allow the kid to move in somewhere else.
Like, I don't know that hoe.
But let's go ahead. Let's give them best case scenario. Let's give them let's say dude making money, but that 2-bedroom apartment was all he needed after divorce, so he don't have a house. He just got a 2-bedroom apartment. The one thing I advise her, I tell her she needs to sit down and have a real conversation with a pen and paper in hand. A pen and paper in hand, sit down, figure out how much you get every check. Every check you bring home 2,500 every check. That's what you bring home. Let's write this 2,500 on top. Every check I bring home 2,500. Let's write this 2,500 on top. And now let's go and write down every bill we have. If we move in, I'm talking about all the way down to the goddamn Netflix bill. I'm talking about everything. You just write it all down. You write all that down, one bill, and see, can we do this together? If y'all think that y'all can do this together, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
What you saying it like that made me think a little bit different. All right, so the only way you're gonna get together is if y'all can afford it. So there is something as love, in my opinion, because like some people get married when they broke, you know what I'm saying? But they make it work as time goes on. You gotta have a plan. It ain't necessarily that both of us come into this situation rich or not even saying rich, but able to, support on our own. Because apparently they can support on their own right now. But I don't think that you have to necessarily say, all right, only if we got this money, we can move in together. Not when you said it like that just made me think that way.
Well, my thing is, I think the only way they can move in together is they have a financial plan. Okay. I think they have to have a financial plan. And this is for all our listeners, man, not just this person, this letter. They have to have a financial plan, because if they don't have a sound financial plan and they're all together on one accord, why the marriages end? Most marriages end because of finances. A lot of people say because of infidelity, but that's not true. Statistically speaking, most marriages end because of finances. And so if they don't have their finances together,
yes, sir,
that's gonna cause a problem.
It's gonna be a big problem. Because you gotta think, you got kids involved. What if those kids play sports? What if those kids are in extracurricular activities? The gas, the cost of gas is going up. You have to travel more. The cost of food is going up. Clothes, shoes. It's just more than just household bills. You may be able to take care of the household bills, but then comes the auxiliary stuff, like you said, Netflix, like your extracurricular activities, date nights, the kids wanting to be kids and go to the movies or to the mall or whatever kids do now. So it's a lot that goes into it that goes outside of the household. It ain't just household stuff.
Yeah, now what you say, they got kids moving together. So you moving kids in together also. So it's like, it ain't like, I'm just with her. I got her kid. So he got a 19-year-old college kid and then another 8-year-old girl. And he bring his son in half the time. You got to make that situation right also, That's they like brothers and sisters now,
Man, check this out, man. Court and Session and Natasha Jones, they might be related, but they came and dropped this comment in the comment section. They was like, Natasha said the underlying issue, whether finance or infidelity, is communication. And then Court said finance isn't the issue, it's the dishonesty and pride surrounding finances. So basically, I guess what they saying is you got to talk. you got to talk.
Said that. I know y'all smart. I know y'all ladies smart, but we said that too. So don't be. No, I'm just playing, ladies. I'm joking. But you got to be honest and communicate, man. Because if you can't afford it, it ain't the time to get in a 5-bedroom house with kids depending on you, and the bills due, and to say, hey, I ain't gonna be able to make that mortgage this month. I ain't gonna be able to pay them taxes. You gotta communicate.
Apparently, they paying 2 separate rent and mortgage right now, so they will be able to afford it. It's just that how you gonna make this work though? Like, who paying what? Who doing this? Who doing it?
Exactly. I agree with Chance, because the rent and mortgage, both of them are already being paid. She's not writing a letter saying the dude about to get kicked out of his place. That's what she's not saying. She's taking care of her bills. So I'm guessing, what I'm saying, they're both financially stable at the moment. They're both financially stable. But the question is, when they move in together, who pays what? How is that household ran?
And I see that, but what I'm saying is, I know that's what I'm saying. The household bills ain't the problem. I'm talking about the other stuff is how you gonna handle it with the kids. Like she said, he only have his kids part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna pay part? Sometimes he gonna pay, sometimes he not. So like it has to be a plan in place,
Yeah.
which is communicate. I know they can pay the bills, the household bills. I get that because they're doing it in separate places, but it's more to it than just the household bills.
Somebody made another comment about slide by side chick.
Uh-oh.
Who say that now?
Read it, Chance.
Court session said, slide, tell your side chick you gotta stop paying her rent because you gotta pay the mortgage and you'll be fine. LOL.
Court, I'm rich. I got it. I got it. The side chick still gonna eat too. Everybody gonna eat. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody gonna eat.
Everybody gonna eat.
Come
Everybody
on,
gonna
son.
eat. But
Come on.
That's
but
funny.
I guess the girl, her thing is, you know, she wants information on should she ask him to move in. Somebody said, oh, Tasha said it takes a real secure man to move in with a lady. Now that's a fact.
That's definitely a fact.
That's a fact because here's the thing: women are temperamental. Some people say crazy. I won't say crazy. I would say
Unstable.
unstable creature. What my man
That's
say?
it. P off for baby boy.
Unstable
I ain't
creature.
gonna call it no B. I ain't gonna call it no B. They just some unstable creatures.
But and the thing is, man, when you move in, if you move in with a girl, and she she get fed up with you, you gotta go.
And now that was gonna be my point. Well, you giving up a lot, boy. You asking her to be very mature,
And if
very
you
mature on the situation because you giving up whether it's a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom, that's stability.
and this is a grown folk thing. This is a grown. You have to take what I'm about to say is strictly for the grown-ups, and this is what I mean. You're gonna have to take your feelings and emotions out of what I'm about to say, and think about this from a business standpoint. So I know it's gonna be hard for a lot of you women, but I want y'all to do it. If this guy was to move in, what that woman needs to allow him, because he's moving into her place. He has no equity, no nothing in her place. She needs to allow him for the first month or 2 months or whatever to build up, I'm guessing $2,000, $3,000. Have $3,000. And you take this $3,000 and that needs to be, we need to create a brand new bank account for you to put $3,000 in a bank account for you, and you cannot touch this $3,000. That is a just in case bank account. That is the just in case we don't work out and I need you to get the fuck up out my house. You have $3,000 to go and get you your own place, to put your first month, your security deposit, and your last month on your new your new apartment or wherever you're gonna go. Now, a lot of people go, why would I let this motherfucker build up $3,000? Or that's just, or you just planning for us to break up? You planning? No, this is a grown up. This is a rational thinking business decision. You need, and here go the thing. What if y'all get married? If y'all get married, then the house half is anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all together, y'all done made a full commitment. So you take that $3,000, you done built up a little bit of interest on that $3,000. Y'all take that $3,000 and go on fucking vacation. You know what I'm saying?
As a man, I can't move in with a woman like that, dog. It's just, I don't know, man. That would be real tough. That would be a real tough thing, man. And we have to be married. We would have to be getting married soon. It couldn't be we boyfriend and girlfriend, and I just got this $3,000.
Yeah.
This $3,000 just sitting. I don't care about that $3,000. I would rather us have some kind of a much more of a commitment, more stability in this thing than just boyfriend and girlfriend. Because that's too easy. Get out. I don't want you around here no more. And I already know that I can live without you because I've been doing it for X amount of years. So it ain't like you brought something that I didn't have.
Yeah. Sly, you said whatever you said, ain't nobody gonna do that.
Well,
I understand what you're saying, but that ain't gonna happen.
but my thing is okay, you want to hope for the best, but you got to plan. You got to be prepared for the worst.
For the worst. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And the thing is, the worst is if you break up. If you break up, if it does not happen, it don't work out, and you tell this man to leave, whatever financial plan y'all set up, he's paying the bills, you paying the bill, whoever paying the bills, you expect him to leave. And, let's say y'all been together for 8 months. Y'all been together for a year, living together, and it don't work out. You put him out, what he supposed to do? He can't go no way. Because everything he has is tied up with you. It's tied up with you. So what he gonna do? But once again, it comes down to strong financial plan and moving in together. Because if they move in together, let's say, like I say, both of them making money, both of them doing all right, both of them doing all right, and they move in together, they should automatically be saving money to start off with. They should be putting that money to the side, and both of them building up money because they're not paying, because their bills done went down. They got somebody helping them with the bills. Their bills done went down. So I don't recommend moving in as boyfriend and girlfriend. Not as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, most people move together so they can help each other with bills, but they don't have that problem. So it need, like you say, unless y'all are planning to be engaged, whatever, keep it where you at. I don't know what side of town they live on. It would take 45. Like if you live in Atlanta, it might take you an hour to get to the other side of town or more. But if you're in Columbia, you live 15 minutes away. So keep it like it is. Keep it covered steady.
Yeah.
Well, that's not secure, Court. That's really not secure. That can flip and kick you out. That's not secure at all.
Mm. So what's our advice for this young lady, man? Should she ask him or should she wait on him to make that decision?
Let him make that decision. That's like asking a man to marry you. That's almost equivalent. Asking a man, because what's after that? What's after you moving in? You ain't just gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend to help her pay the house off, and then she really kick you out. So hopefully it should be marriage.
Yeah.
It's the next, the next step in that process.
She did. In the letter, they said they was together for a year.
Yeah, she said a little over a year.
Yeah, they probably need to be together a little longer and make some type of commitment first before they make that jump.
Hey, Natasha said, "Hell no, don't ask."
Like I said, she shouldn't ask. Hey,
if
that's what he want to do, like, because some guys, if she asks, he gonna be like, he might say yeah, but he don't really want to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to lose it.
Because he might say yeah out of fear of her being rejected. If he don't say yeah, and he might not be ready. So my advice is just be chill. Just be chill. Don't be so pressed to get him to move in. Y'all can have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Wait till he re-sign his lease. When he re-sign his lease and he gonna be in his place for another year, then y'all have this conversation. Had a conversation about, moving in and about what it would be like if we moved in. How would finances work if we moved in? Have that conversation then after he re-signs his lease. Because he might say some shit that you don't want to hear. He might come out and say, well, if I move in, you're going to just keep paying the bills and I'm just going to give you some money. I'm going to just stack my money up because it's your house. He might feel that way.
Hey.
And that ain't who you want. So
like she has somebody cut the grass.
Yeah.
Cut the grass and mount TVs. But Courtney had a good one. She said she needs to get a life super desperate to hint to a man about moving in with you and your kids. See, that's where I agree with her a lot. You already got kids. Um, I don't know if you have a daughter or what. I wouldn't be so quick to move somebody in with my kid, whether it's a woman moving in with me or that woman moving a man in. Um,
Well,
I just couldn't do it.
you said an 8-year-old daughter and a
Yeah, see, there you
19-year-old
go.
college son.
Nah,
So I'm guessing
nah,
the 19-year-old college son don't stay with them, or maybe he stay part time.
yeah,
But definitely the 8-year-old daughter stay with him.
nah. I'm good. I'm
So
good.
so
I
yeah,
would definitely tell her nah.
yeah. Just you might want to wait that one out. You might want to wait that one out. See, but definitely had a conversation with him. You gotta have a conversation with him, and see how finances will work. You know, but don't ask him when he ready. He ready to make that move. Um,
He'll make it.
he'll make that move, and then y'all will be good. Y'all will be good. Everybody will be happy. Everything will work out for the better. For the better, and you won't have to go and ask for money or borrow money. But like, but speaking of borrowing money, you can always hit us up on our cash app. Now, you can hit us up at our $RIP28 podcast. We
For
we
sure.
we accept money on the cash app.
Yeah,
Keep
we trying to go on that war tour.
there it
Trying to
is,
let
man.
us know how much you care about us through that cash app.
Let us know. Let us know. But you know what? This conversation. Oh, we see you, Penelope. We see you jumping in. We got something else going on. Check this out. Something else that was talked about, kind of somewhat ties into this letter, was talking about marriage. And the question was, when do you get married? Um, you know, we got me and LeBron both done been divorced. Chance been married almost 20 years.
Bro,
Uh,
why you just speak for you. You
okay,
ain't gotta keep
okay, my bad. I'm divorced. LeBron ain't.
So am I.
We
So
don't
am I.
know what LeBron is. We don't know what LeBron is. But the
Both.
the question is when do you get married? And do you get married at a young age? When I say young age, uh, under 22, 18 to 22, or is it better for you to get married at a older age? And let's say, late 30s, early 40s. What are the pros and cons to that? Now, we talked about it, I guess, pros and cons at a 18, 19, 20 years old is neither one of y'all have anything. And, you hadn't experienced anything yet.
No life experiences.
No
No
life,
life experiences.
no life experiences. Nah, she had Boulay. Of course said Chan's wife is gonna be getting us together. Gonna be in these comments getting us together.
You already know.
Yeah. But what were we saying? At 18, 19, 20, do you want to get is it better you think, Chan? Now you got married young. How old was you when you got married, Chan?
I was 24, so I'm in between both of those. So I went too young, went too old, I guess. But the thing is, we've been together, years before that also. So, but it's like we was kind of talking about this a little bit earlier. Like, when you're young, you can either it's two ways this thing can go. You can either grow apart or you can grow up together. So it's just about how you handle that situation. Because if you say I'm in it for the long run, everybody changed. Like I'm but 42 now. I'm definitely not the same person I was when I was 24. You know what I mean? But she ain't the same person she was when she was 24. But we had to kind of learn each other and keep on building on that instead of like, all right, I like doing this, you like doing that. Then as time goes on, you spread apart. So it can go both ways on that situation. And then we talk about getting married at an older age, like Brian, you stay in the house, you do what you do at your house. But then you and somebody else that's 40 years old who've been living by themselves, 20 years, they do what they do at their house too, and it's just like that can be a clash also. So it's compromise all the way around.
Yeah, I say it depends on the maturity level and the maturity of the relationship. It's hard to say. It's hard to say when you reach that point to when you're ready, because it happens differently for different people and in different relationships. Because at 22, 23, some people do have those life experiences that may be able to translate to being married. Some may not. It's like I think Penelope said, it depends on your upbringing. Some people are expected to have more expectation and responsibility at a younger age. I just think it's a maturity thing. I don't think it's a definite answer.
Well, my thing is, man, I think like the negative or the con about getting married while younger is, you might think you're in love. You might think you're in love at 18, 19, and you realize you don't know what love is, man. You don't have no experience. You don't know nothing about the world. You just married this, your first piece of ass, basically, you know. Um, but the risk is y'all might be perfect at 18 and 19, but as you grow up, you start to experience things, you grow apart. Yep, that's it. You grow apart, you spread out. And one thing, y'all might wake up one day, 8, 9 years later, and realize
Mhm.
y'all don't have shit in common. Y'all don't have nothing in common but the kids that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a con. That's a con. Now, if you're wise, if you would try to learn and experience things with your wife or with your husband, and that would kind of keep y'all together as y'all are growing. Y'all would try, similar things as you're growing. But the positive, I guess, about getting married at a later stage, your late 30s, early 40s, is you know what you like. You know who you are. You know the type of person you are. So when you're out there looking, you're looking for that person like you, who has similar interests, who has similar things that you like to do. You know,
It,
ma-
it get harder. That
Pool,
pool
that dating pool.
it used to be a Olympic size swimming pool. Now it's one of the little kiddie pools in the backyard. Not a you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got
Yeah.
a homeboy that he don't cut the AC on in the summertime.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know too many women gonna want to deal with that. Hey, so that's a compromise.
And he perfectly happy. He cool with it, not turning the AC on in Atlanta in the summer.
Hey, but the crazy, but you know what? We talk about people grow apart, but we also got to think one partner may be growing, and the other one may be stagnant. So that could
Hmm.
ruin the relationship too. That may be one reason that you don't stay married long, or the marriage, or you never get to that point because one of the partners is still growing and the other one has become stagnant, and there's no growth.
And another thing, I guess the negative about getting married at 40, you were talking about that pool getting smaller. Also, the fact of being stagnant and growing. A lot of times you're mentally where you are, mentally mature, whatever. You're pretty much where you are at 40. You ain't gonna get that much more mature at 40. But the thing is, you're set in your ways. You're set in your ways. This is my house. I like to have the AC on 72. Well, nah, I want my AC on 76. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things. It's if you're set in your ways at that point in time, that can make it extra hard to find somebody at
Mhm.
that late of an age because you are set in your ways. You know exactly what you want. So I don't know, man. And then it also comes into the fact of kids too. It comes in the fact of kids. Let's say if you're in your late 40s or whatever, and you don't have any children yet. You don't have any children, and you want to have children. You want to have kids and experience that childbirth. Um, you get into the danger zone of pregnancy with women. The older you are, once a woman hits 35, I think, that's when the danger zone starts to increase of pregnancy. Now, I'm not, y'all gonna say, well, I had a baby at 48. You know, of course, you can have babies at later ages in life, but the thing is, it's a lot more dangerous, I guess.
It's the risk,
It's
the
the
risk
risk
of it.
factor, you know, of having that baby at that later stage in your life. So, yeah, yeah. Tasha said you start giving less of a damn what people think. Yeah, that is true.
That's true.
You start giving less of a damn. The older you get, you give a less of a damn what people say. So I don't know. I don't think it's a perfect age, man. It ain't no
It's
perfect
not.
age, man.
When
Um,
you're dealing with two people with two different personalities and two different ways of thinking, there's no easy way or no set date or set time. You can say, Sly, you should be married at 25, Chance, you 24, and Braun, you should be married at 30 something. It's hard to put a time limit on that thing, man.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
you just gotta have the right mind frame that if I'm be married, this I'm in this thing for the long haul.
For the long haul, yeah.
Good or bad or whatever, because it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad all the time. You know, you gotta fight through it and work through
And in your case, a whole lot of ugly.
it.
You got the good, the bad, and a whole lot of ugly. But no, you're right though. It's gonna be roller coasters, ups and downs, and you just gotta stick it out, man. And I guess that's easy to say now that me and Sly are divorced. But next time I get married, I kind of know what to look for, the warning signs.
Oh man, why you gonna put my business out there? Why you gonna put my business out there? You know, I don't know
Well,
nobody.
for me, I'm divorced. I don't know about Sly. Nobody knows where he is. Nobody knows what's going on with him.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What's up, podcast world? This is Beezy the Great, the educator's educator from the Rip 28 podcast. I would like to take a moment to tell you about Unique Smiles by Tony, the ultimate one-stop shop for your teeth whitening services. They offer many services for your teeth beautifying experience. Unique Smiles by Tony offers teeth whitening, gum detox, lip treatments, and even tooth gems. Go to www.uniquesmilesbytony.com to see all the services offered. Or you can give her a call at 470-707-5556 to book your appointments. While you're there, check out some of the products that she has to offer in her shop. The Unique Lip Balm, electric and sonic toothbrushes, Unique Smiles charcoal toothpaste, teeth whitening gel, and many more exciting products. Set your appointments up online or give her a call at 470-707-5556. That's 470-707-5556. Unique Smiles by Tony.
But it's an interesting thought process though. What do you do? When do you do it? When do you get married, man? Um, and it's a funny thing, kind of branch off on that, man. We had a classmate of mine. She had her child at a young age. We were still in high school. She had a child, and this was about 5, 6 years ago, man. I went out on a random Tuesday night, man. I went to a little bar to watch the game, get me a drink, and I seen her sitting in the bar. And I'm like, what are you doing in Atlanta on a random Tuesday night? I say, who watching your baby? And she looked at me like I was crazy. She say, who watching my baby? I'm like, yo, child, what the hell you doing in Atlanta on a Tuesday night? Who watching your child? She said, my daughter is 21 years old. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, oh wow, that okay. And then she said something that hit me kind of funny. She was like, wow, y'all was out in y'all early 20s and early 30s, wilding out, having fun. I was at home being a mother, taking care of my child. And now I'm in my late 30s. My child is grown. I'm established in my career. I have grown folk money coming in. I can go and do grown folk things while I'm still young. Whereas now y'all have kids, y'all need to sit y'all ass home, take care of them kids when y'all have real money. Y'all sitting at home taking care of them kids. It kind of made me think about that. I said, wow, that's an interesting way to think. That's an interesting way to put that. Because, you know,
Good point.
I ain't had my first kid till I was 30, you know? So it's an
Man, I was 36.
it's an interesting way to think about that. I never thought about it. I always
And
thought,
she right. Now I'm spending all my time at track meets and baseball games. She flying to Italy, basketball games.
hmm so I thought that was interesting. You know, when that bring up the question, when you want to have them babies, do you want to have them babies early or you want to have them late?
Well,
Yeah,
looking back at it now, I should have had mine right out of high school. Oh, ski, god damn.
but but you know what? I think I enjoyed my 20s. I enjoyed the fuck out of my 20s, man. I got to see the world. You know what I'm saying? I got to travel overseas, man. I got to have sex with random bitches. I enjoyed the fuck out of my 20s. I had a great 20s, and then when I was in my 30s, I had my son, and I slowed down. I slowed down. So I think I did it right. I think I did it right waiting until I was 30 to have my kid.
Hey, Chan, Sly said
But
he was hitting. Sly said he was hitting them 6 at a time.
hey, but you know that do make a good point because you know that all of us played ball in college or whatever. You know, I talk to a lot of people about the same situation about playing sports or football or basketball or whatever. So you know, we had a good time in college. You know, while not doing what we do, you know, if we kind of would have maybe been a little more focused and handled our business at that time, we would have had way more money, you know, at an older age and really been able to kick it. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time in our 20s, but we had $50 in our pocket. You know, you know what I mean? If we'd have had our business at some point in time, I ain't saying any of us would have made it to the league, but I thought I might have had an opportunity. But I'd have had instead of $50, I'd have had $50,000 in my pocket. So, so it's always a catch-22, a little different from that thing.
Well, I mean that's real interesting, man. It's funny you talking about have $50 in your pocket and move around, man. I think back, man, to them days. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no cash. You know what I'm saying? We go down the bike week or some shit like that. 6 of us in a room. You know what I'm saying? Loving life, man. Loving life with no money. No money, man. And
Okay, sure.
broke as a joke, but still
Hey,
had
that
so
was
much
them
fun.
financial skills. That was them financial skills we was talking
Hey,
about.
but $10 of gas money was straight back then.
Yep. Yeah,
Hey,
$10 to take you a long way.
Mhm.
especially with them highway miles. As long as you
Man,
ain't got that stop and go.
I don't know, but I'm glad I was team pull out in the 20s, so it worked out. It worked out for me being team pull out. But
Hey, I'm Jay Little, the owner of Forward Counseling and Consulting. We're a consulting and coaching firm who believes in the TLC method: truth, love, and community. Whether coaching corporate clients, individual clients, or engaging in individual counseling and group counseling, we believe that you can be more than what you are today by finding your truth, love, and community. You can reach us at www.forwardcc.net or give us a call at 803-457-5413.
check this, man. Check this out, man. Speaking of our 20s and early on, man, you know what we like to do. We like to take a trip down the 90s block, man. We like to take a trip down the 90s block. And what we do on the 90s block, man, we like to find the issue, find something from the 90s that we can all reminisce on, and then we can just give our opinion on the 90s block. What we're going to do on the 90s block this time, we're going to talk about what would happen if they didn't get injured, if they didn't get hurt. who would have been the man? Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, or Tracy McGrady?
Skinny Penny.
Who would have been the man if they didn't get hurt?
Hey man, I love all those guys, and they were great. They're either Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers. But dog, that boy Penny was different, man. That boy Penny, young Penny, Anthony Hardaway, was real different, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know,
You
I
a
met-
homer.
I met Penny a few times, and me and him graduated college together, actually. But you know, he went to University of Memphis State when he went there. But you know, I gotta represent Penny, man. But I seen that man do some things. I was like, boy, this boy the next thing, real deal thing. Like he came straight out of college, dominate. Didn't it? Was it his second year, third year, where they beat the Bulls in the playoffs?
That was like his second year.
Cam and Shaq.
A Michael Jordan-less Bulls.
He was playing. He played.
No, Mike was playing.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
right. That is 45. We don't
came
count
back.
40. We don't count 45.
Hey, you on the court,
Y'all-
you playing.
Man, they act like Mike only played 6 years, dog, and after 6 years he won a championship.
He
Man,
played 13.
Mike played like 13, 14, whatever years, dog.
That
Yeah,
is.
that
Y'all stop just counting them years. But Penny, man, I think Penny changed the whole culture. Because I remember when
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop.
you are slime.
Stop. This is some. We got to stop the bull. We got to stop the presses right here. Court just said Sly is a slime and a gentleman at the same time, and it is scary. That is some bull. That is some fraganaca bull. Come on.
Sound like some truth.
sound like
But
facts to
that
me.
ain't my opinion. That ain't my opinion. I'm just talking about what the people talking about in the comment section.
Court,
But Penny
Penny.
changed the culture, man. I remember being in high school and some of me and my teammates was putting pennies in the bottom of our shoe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be Penny and have Penny and all that. When Chris Rock was doing the voiceover and all that, man, ain't none of them other fellas did that but Penny.
look here, man. I'm gonna disagree with y'all, man. I'm gonna say the prototype. Grant Hill was the prototype. Grant Hill was the one. When Grant Hill came in the league, nobody could handle Grant Hill. Nobody could touch Grant Hill, man, because he was a big body guard, a big body player who could do everything a guard could do, and he had the body to muscle up with you in the post too. You know what I'm saying?
He was one of one of them big point forwards.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's a true definition of, a small forward, man. A wing player. And that's the thing. Nobody could handle Grant Hill. When Grant Hill, pre-knee injury, leg injury, whatever injury he had, nobody could handle Grant Hill, man.
That's facts. That's facts. Grant Hill was
you
true.
forgetting Penny was just as big, more athletic and all.
But the thing was, he wasn't more than Grant. Oh, come on now.
Boy, you don't think Penny Hardaway?
Grant Hill.
Are you crazy?
Grant Hill was an athlete, bro.
He was.
But
he wasn't an athlete. Penny was.
Yeah, I think he was, bro.
No, I disagree.
I think they were equally athletic, but I just like Penny. I just like Penny's style way more. You know what I'm saying? Now he out here coaching and getting these
Hey,
top
you a
recruits and
fan,
everything.
man. We talking facts. You talking fandom.
I'm talking about Penny Hardaway. I thought you agreed with me. Now you talking about a fan.
I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you, dog.
Penny,
but I'm going with Penny, dog. I'm going with Penny, dog. Penny, man.
I don't know.
Penny, if Penny never got hurt, dog, a lot of these cats we talking about, we talk about now, we might not have never heard of.
And you know, all three of them, we just left Tracy McGrady out. That boy was a dog too. That boy was a dog. And all of them game would have translated when they got older because they can, like you said, they can post up, they can do whatever. So like, if they were playing guard or whatever in their prime, when they slowed down a little bit, they still had the skills, stick it out in the league at an older age. So,
Yeah, but
all the
T-Mac
boys
just never
somewhere.
got out the first round, dog.
But my thing was, you never saw
He never got
Grant
out
Hill.
the first round.
Well, you never saw Grant Hill before. You never saw a player like Grant Hill before. You saw Penny, Magic Johnson.
What? No,
Penny is a more athletic Magic Johnson.
no,
Penny was a
no,
more athletic Magic Johnson.
no.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I'm sure he learned
No.
something from, that's how it goes with the generations. You
Yeah.
take something from everybody. But
Yeah,
Grant
but
Hill,
now-
you can say the same thing about Grant Hill too. I mean,
I think Grant Hill was more of a Magic Johnson than Penny.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah, the triple double, the passing ability,
Magic was a dog, bro.
all of them was dogs.
Well, yeah.
That ain't what we debating. We debating whose skill set was more like, was it Penny and Magic or Penny and Grant?
That's a tough one, bro. It's a
Yeah.
tough one. Which one?
I
out of
tell you
them
this
three.
right here. I wouldn't have been mad if I had to take Grant Hill to start my franchise, and I wouldn't have been mad to take Penny Hardaway to start my franchise.
Yeah.
T-Mac.
I would.
Well,
I wouldn't take T-Mac.
I wanted Grant and
I wouldn't
Grant or
take T-Mac.
Penny.
I went to a Grizzly game. T-Mac was playing. That man made it look so effortless though.
Yeah.
It was like, are you even trying? But it was like, can nobody stop him? Like, you 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", just pulling up mid-range jumpers on everybody. It was like unstoppable.
But here's
go ahead, Sly.
no. Here's the thing. I don't want anybody to take me just brushing off T-Mac as a diss to T-Mac. Now T-Mac was great. I want everybody to understand he was that man. But when it come down to Grant Hill or Penny, I'm taking both of them over T-Mac.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
but I gotta go with Penny. I can. Ain't no other way I can go.
I always see T-Mac as a Robin instead of a Batman. To me, in my opinion, he's always been a more of a second player than being his teammate is good when he's the best player. And he's great. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like he needed somebody else with him. Like when he was going to Orlando when he had Grant Hill, and they was talking about getting Tim Duncan too. I think that would have fit his skill set better.
We starting to see that in real life too, because KD is the man.
Yeah.
He cold, but
he's a Robin.
Yeah, he can't do it by himself. Like LeBron, that man took some scrub teams, dog, and made what you call it, lemonade out of lemons or whatever.
Yeah.
But KD, he kind of struggled with it when it's him by himself.
See, that's how LeBron James felt. That's how I felt with y'all, man.
ooh,
Just carrying you bums, just carrying you.
Why we didn't get out the first round?
We did get out. We got out the first round. We got out the first round. T-Mac, don't do that.
I'm about to say you ain't help us too much.
Oh man, but yeah, man, that's a good one. That Grant Hill or T-Mac. I mean Grant Hill or Penny.
man,
See Tito Helper, my big cousin Tito Helper.
Tito, my big bro.
Tito, who would have been better? Tito not getting hurt. Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill?
We gotta ask big bro Tito.
Gotta ask big bro.
Man, in the background, we showing we can give a shout out, man. We love giving shout out to our listeners and our viewers, man. Face to Face Boutique. She does a lot of, let's say custom apparel and accessories. Take a look at some of her work, man. Follow her on Instagram. Make sure you follow on Instagram and stuff like that, man. She does a real good job, man, of t-shirts and all the type of stuff you need, man. Get on Instagram, Face Boutique SC. Face Boutique SC. Go and check out Daquetta or Nikki. Check out Nikki and see all her stuff, man. She did a real nice design, a real nice t-shirt for us. and
Might
stuff
have
like
should have
that.
spelled boutique for the ones that can't see it. Like,
Oh, my bad. I don't know. Hold on.
I'm just playing. I'm just
He got to pull it back up to spell it this up.
You're right. I gotta pull it back up. Make sure I spell it right, man. Face the number 2 face boutique. That's BOUTIQUESC. Make sure
yeah,
y'all
crazy.
follow her and check her out, man. Check her
That's
out.
right.
Man, check this, man. It's getting close. It's getting about that time, man. We're gonna have to end this thing, man.
Sly, it's a question for you before we go.
What's
It
up?
says, Sly, why were you sucking in your stomach? That's from Big Bro Tito.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Ain't to the line.
Look here, man. We won't tolerate that bullshit from Tito, man. You know,
Hey, then light skin.
from light skinned people, man. Tito, you know what? Tito may be one of the few people I'm gonna take that from. You know, Tito. When me growing up in my neighborhood, man, all the dudes I followed around was like 5 and 6 years older than me. So I was like in the first or second grade. They was in the 6th, 7th grade, like that. And Tito was one of my big brothers growing up, dude. I always looked up to, followed Tito around the neighborhood. Now here go the thing. I was the little dude who they followed around. I mean, who followed them around, and I was their little brother. I was all that. But soon as them niggas got their driver's license, ain't none of them fuck with me no more. Ain't none of them mess with me no more. Soon as they got their driver's license and could get out of Dodge, I ain't seen them since.
Little homie, you on your own, little homie.
You on your own, little homie.
Hey, probably a blessing.
So there you go. But that's my big bro right there, Tito. So I will take the slander from Tito, but that's it. Everybody
Tito,
else.
put in the comments who you got, Grant Hill in his prime or Penny in his prime. Yeah, it is all love, man. Shout out to the Bates and Helper family, man. Love all y'all, man. Love all y'all. Y'all
Good
know
people.
y'all my family.
Good people, man. Tito, grandma ran the neighborhood daycare for
Better
years,
believe it.
man.
Miss
Years.
Becky Bates.
Man, she took care of a lot of kids, man. My little sister was almost raised by that woman. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
man, we got a lot of love for the Bates family. Got a lot of love for them. A lot of
That's
love.
it. Ain't nothing but love.
That's why she turned out all right. Because if it was up to you, boy, she'd been in trouble.
Oh, well.
Close us out, Sly.
Check this, man. We got to
I
get out of
told
here,
you,
man.
I told you. See,
We
Tito
got-
don't really mess with you, man.
We
Go
got
ahead, keep going.
We got any parting shots, man? We got any parting shots before we get out of here? What's up, Mr. President?
It's hot out this mud, man. Make sure y'all hydrating. Just started a little football. My little CJ, my little Chance Jr. That boy, that heat ain't no joke. Hey, stay hydrated out here because we ain't young like we used to
There it is. What about you, LBZ?
Man, I just want to shout out to back in the day, we talk about the 90s block. And when we were 28 years old, 21, I just want to shout out to those that are in my village, man. Like those like the Bates family, those older generation that grew up in Roosevelt Village projects and Riverview Terrace, the Bates family, Tito, Tansler, everybody, man. I just want to appreciate that. And let's get back to those days to where if you see a child doing something wrong, that it's okay to correct them and keep them on the right path, man. Let's get back to those days, man.
I used to be in love with Tansler. Wow. Woo. Long time ago. Long.
Don't get on my shout out and do that.
Long time ago.
Oh,
Long. Well, check this out, man. This is a RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and do a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. We love you. We'll see you back next week. And shout out to all the teachers. Hot girl summer is over. Take your ass back to school and start writing down that lesson plan. We'll see you next week on the RIP 28 podcast.
It ain't over. Bring it back to school. I'm ready.
There it is.